That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Salute. Okay, next thing. Candace Owens, conspiracy theory time. Dun dun dun. Put on your thinking cap. We're getting in. This time it's a hip hop edition. She's talking about Prodigy. Prodigy, one of the greatest rappers of all time, who passed away a few years ago. Rest in peace to Prodigy. R.I.P. to P. Prodigy has a song with Childish Gambino that was made in a royalty era, and it isn't on it wasn't on royalty. I want to see what song it was first before I get into this video, because the video is only a minute and a half. It was Prodigy, Childish Gambino. What's the name of the song? Body. Yeah. Street Brothers, Hood Rats, Apples of Letterman, Childish Gambino better than signed everyone. How about a Letterman? Ain't Jello the Letterman? Got a cool whip and my girl gelatin. Fate Brothers back in style. No, never that. I really love that joint. I know, no. It was like I was talking about the blog era with Mo, RB Mo, and stuff like that. And he was just saying he thinks the blog era is the best era in hip hop. And I'm like, right now it's pretty good. I think, we can fall into the trap of nostalgia and being like, oh, that was the best era. And we look past the current era. And in a few years, that's when I think people will appreciate the current era in its entirety. But once again, Prodigy, one of the greatest rappers to ever live, and one of the greatest verses in hip hop history, Mobb Deep, Scared. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You're scared you shook ones. There you go. All right. Anyways, Candace Owens, conspiracy theory time. Put on your tinfoil hats. Thing.
Was a rapper named Prodigy who began speaking out about the Illuminati. He basically said, I have this platform and I want to use my platform for good to wake up the masses to what's really going on in society. And so I am going to dig up this old clip of Prodigy right before he mysteriously choked on an egg. And he decided to speak with Alex Jones.
They're doing all this ritualistic murder and rituals on little, they molesting little kids, doing satanic sex rituals. Like, this stuff is really going on in this world. Like,
before he passed, Prodigy was dropping bombs on social media, speaking out against the system. And he even went so far as to suggest that some of the biggest names in hip hop, yes, including Jay-Z, were involved in a secret society where their role is to push a certain agenda to the public. But that's not all. Prodigy also hinted at something even more sinister, claiming there were disturbing organized crimes happening within the entertainment world, targeting the most innocent.
He then mysteriously choked on an egg. Maybe the first person in human history to have choked on an egg in some capacity.
No, that's not true. I covered this kid in high school. He was in high school at the time when I covered him in Alabama, Lynette, Alabama. His name was Quay Houston. Rest in peace, Quay Houston, first of all. And Quay was about he just did his go away celebration party because he was about to go off to college, and it was about August, and they said he choked on his food, like he choked on his food, and that's how he passed, 18 years old. And then a couple months later, his mom passed. I don't know, I forgot what happened to his mom, if she was sick, if it was an accident, but his mom passed a couple months after him. And it was really sad. His mom was pretty young too. And I don't know, man. It's just really sad, dude. Yeah, choking on an egg. Coroner confirms. He was being treated for sickle cell anemia in a hospital. Okay. So he was sick. Sickle cell anemia is a condition in which red blood cells contort into a sickle cell shape and early, leaving shortage of healthy red blood cells. It could lead to painful blockage of blood flow. As most fans know, Prodigy battled the disease since birth. A statement from Prodigy's publicist released following his passing. Prodigy first broke onto the music scene with Mobb Deep in the 1990s, along with Habit. The duo participated in various high-profile feuds, having a high-profile rivalries with rappers like Tupac and Biggie Smalls. The group's influential music has been described as raw, vivid, and the vicious distillation of East Coast gangster rap. Their biggest albums being the infamous and Hell on Earth. Prodigy launched his solo career in 2000, releasing multiple mixtapes and albums, the most recent being the January record, Helligen Dialect. Frequent collaborator and fellow rapper Nas was one of the first to pay tribute, writing a social media post, QB, RP King P, Prodigy forever. Some real hip-hop. Real sad, man. Like I said, man, Shook One's one of the greatest verses ever, and Prodigy was like, what, like, maybe like 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? With that verse. So shout out to Prodigy. Arguably the greatest verse from a teenager. That's a whole different discussion. I've had this discussion a couple times before. But you have that, you have Illmatic, you know, I never sleep. Because sleep is with New York State of Mind. And or you could go, whose world is it? You can go anything on Illmatic, really, for a 17-year-old. And then you have Joseph with 1999, specifically Survival Tactics. I want to look this up, Survival Tactics, and see what people are saying when they're like, he doesn't have hits. Survival Tactics is a kind of a hit, bro. Survival Tactics is a hit, dog. Yeah, see, here it is. May 20th. Also, Survivor Tactics is the perfect rap song for what it's worth. 23. Yeah, I think people forget Joey is a rap wonder kid. He was cooking since a teen, 1999. Yeah, this is Survival Tactics Energy. Survival Tactics are my favorite. Survival Tactics. Survival Tactics. I never heard a Joey song in my life, and I'm not going to start today. I'm going to just read y'all tweets and form an opinion on who won. All right, bro. Yeah, Survival Tactics with him and Capital Siege was everywhere in the underground mixtape era, 100%. Riding on hoverboards, I bet our motherboard starts spitting fire because my mother loving on the scorch. I'm King Arthur when the song sword. I'm King Arthur, I ain't using like a panther like a month before. I had a hard time writing lyrics. Now I'm way overhead. Science fiction. He said Survival Tactics is not a hit. 5 centuries for the science centuries. They say hard work pays off. But tell the base guard don't quit his day job because PE's about to take off with protons and electrons. Homie, that's an A-bomb. Effing ridiculous. Finger to the president screaming F censorship. If Obama got that president election, then them PE boys about to make an intervention. That's what I once said. Because nowadays, for respect, you need to pump lead. Was listening to Shaka Khan. Pokemon wasn't getting recognized at Comic-Con. It's like we've been content with losing and have the students fallen victim to the institution. Gobs have said since the scientific revolution. And little kids are shooting Uzis because they're given to them. Little weapon, cocaine, Smith & Wesson. You'll be quick to catch a bullet like an interception. If your man's trying to disrespect it, send a message and it's over in the middle. Man, rest in peace of Capital Steve.
After speaking out about the Illuminati.
Definitely something. Candace Owens, bro. Like, it's some people that say, like, I met someone that was like Alex Jones. He was telling me about Alex Jones, and he said, Alex Jones, he sounds crazy, but 90% of the time, he's right. And I'm like, ain't this a dude that was like talking about people eating little kids and like got sued to where he can't even make money because like the Parkland like parents sued him and stuff? You know, I don't know, bro. It just seemed crazy. However, I will say Candace Owens, every blue moon, like I say probably about, like there's another video of me agreeing with Candace Owens on my channel actually. Every now and again, bro, I be like, Candace Owens be making some points. Now, everything that the little details that she says, I never heard of anybody choking on an egg to pass away. I've heard about it. I know it kind of personally, things of that sort. But yeah, and then he also dealt with a lifelong disease. But, you know, everything else she was saying was true. I don't know. I did say this. I've said this before publicly, so I'll say it again. One time, my first time in LA, I was at a brunch in a warehouse. It was a Black Futures brunch, and it was a Black media brunch. All the Black media members around the country from like every outlet. And it was hosted by Jason Lee and Hollywood Unlocked and Ye. This is the time where Ye was real cool with Jason Lee. So that was my first time in LA. It was pretty cool. It was like a dream come true. I felt like I was in a movie coming from the Uber, going down to the warehouse and stuff like that. So we go to the warehouse, and I sit down, find my seat, sit down for the brunch. And Ye's just like going from like topic to topic. He's just jumping from topic to topic. Like everything you see on the internet with Ye is like him in real life. Or at least when the cameras are on. Because the cameras are on, they were recording it. This brunch is out there if you want to look it up, Black Futures Brunch. And so he just randomly goes like, this ain't no Illuminati meeting. You know, we can all see each other's face. And we couldn't really see each other's face for real. It's kind of dim in the warehouse. It's like a dusk. And he said, this ain't the Illuminati, just Illuminati. And you know, high school me, bro, 16-year-old me who used to be on the same platform that you're on right now, YouTube, watching like conspiracy theories of the Watch the Throne and the Paris video with Kanye West and Jay-Z of just like the and then the reverse of like we shot Tupac, yeah, like all that stuff. Bro. And then Ye did Mercy in 2012, like a year after, and then she's saying, and I'm weeping in the morning in the national TV. And all. Boy, man, what? I was high on that list of like people who were on the conspiracy trains of like Jay-Z and Kanye and Beyonce and stuff like that back then, 2011, 2012. And so when he said that, bro, I was just like, it's confirmed, like in my head. I'm a grown man at this time, you know what I'm saying? But like the teenager in me was like, it's confirmed. He just confirmed it right there. And then remember the other time where he said, now you just be saying some stuff, but he did say his mom was a sacrifice. Like his mom was a sacrifice. That's what he said one time. He said it. So it's out there. So the weird stuff, I don't know. I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. Also, people are innocent until proven guilty. But that wasn't me like covering for Diddy, because the stuff that he's even being accused of, even if it's not what he's on trial for, it's like terrible stuff. And stuff that he's been caught of and everything like that. It's just going back to like what I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. And when you're kind of constantly around certain rumors and multiple people keep saying it, I'll leave it at that. But like I said, I also want to say this. I rock. I salute, you know what I'm saying, the Carters. I salute the Carters. I salute Jay, Beyonce, her family, everything like that. Like I've interviewed Jay-Z's mom before. Made for America or Made in America. Made in America. They invited me out, gave me a credential a few years ago. It was a great festival. I enjoyed my time. They treated us with hospitality, gave us goodie bags and stuff like that. His mom, I was talking to his mom with the Sean Carter Foundation and just talking about the scholarships they give to the kids every single year. I've interviewed Beyonce's dad before, and he was just very nice and kind and accommodating to me and polite. And I love Solange. I think Solange, she's like one of my favorite artists. However, like I said, if you know, you know. But I also salute to Rock Nation just in general, because they have the equity deal with Flage, and you know, Flage, that's family for sure on this side. So salute. Like I say, okay, all right, next thing next.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out. Good question.
Yeah, we can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.